all my party people. Welcome or welcome back. This is Courtney. Well, if you participated in my test deck day series sprint earlier this week, I talked a bit about Tuesdays during the day. I plan to do a sprint about 2 hours middle of the day. I'm thinking about 1 to 3 depending on the time frame you're in, Eastern Standard Time. I enjoy being outside during the summer and I do read a lot, so I figured, we could talk a little bit during that time frame. So feel free to pop in even if you can't stay that long. I know it's not a popular time because people work. I may have some sprints at nighttime at other times, but that's the set time as for now that I plan to do. And then in the fall, it'll definitely be changed to nighttime. And I also mentioned that I am a product reviewer, and I wanted to talk about some of those products because I think they're fun. And in addition to those products, talk about some books. Now, right now, I'm in a process of reading, Blood, Metal, and Bone. This is a NetGalley arc, but not done with that yet. So let's talk about some products. I got a chance to review this Jamaican black castor oil. Jamaican black castor oil, if you don't know, is a very good sealant for your hair, for your skin, makes smooth, moisturize, and really good for hair growth. And getting the unrefined kind is definitely the way to go. This is a foundation stick, so pretty much you do a little that, put it all on your skin and do a little puff, blends it in and, make your skin look a little flawless because I've gotten a little bit too much sun and, some stuff. Another product is these little flat sanitizer. This is actually like a box of 5 by Kundal. That's the brand name. But they're really cool. They're different flavors. They call it Pocket Perfume Hand Sanitizer. 70% alcohol. Sanitize. Smells pretty good. Okay, my camera fell. Anyway, sanitizer protects you and makes you smell good. This is definitely one that I really like. I also got this crazy product. I have never heard of it. It's supposed to help with weight loss. It's this little bitty bud thing here. You put it in your belly button. It's like mugwort. I have never heard of this. I don't know, but I figured I would try it. I mean, I haven't lost any weight yet. I'm gonna insert a picture so you can see what I'm talking about. It's really funny. And one thing that I definitely needed is this little neck fan here because, oh my gosh, my air conditioner decided to conk out. I thought it was my water heater. It wound up being my air conditioner, which now it shut off. Oh, I hope that you can actually hear me. Okay, I guess I'll turn this off. But this little neck fan is a lifesaver. Get you this. I'm telling you, change your life. Anyway, okay, so that's some products. Now, books. Now, I read Wings of Ebony and I did a review of that before I decided to change up my channel review. So take a look at this review. I just finished Wings of Ebony. Wings of Ebony is actually part of a duology. The second book is called Ashes of Gold. And it is a YA urban fantasy as in black people and also set inside of the city. Now, I consider this book Divergent meets Black Panther. It has a lot of those same elements. So this book follows Rue. Rue is a tough, street smart type girl. She grew up in a very poor, downtrodden area in Houston, and it was just her mother and her sister Tasha. So after her mother is killed, her father shows up and takes her back to this mythical country in Africa called Gizon. Now in Gizon, Rue and her father are the only black people. So this is a new environment for Rue. She has people staring at her, asking her a bunch of just crazy questions. A lot of people are downright just, racist. They don't want anything to do with her. So she definitely feels like an outsider there. But her father holds, a pretty high position. I think he's third in command. So people tolerate her. So while she's there, she gets all of this magic and, she's learning how to utilize that. So anyway, a year later, she goes back to Houston and meets up with her sister because it's her sister's birthday. and her sister is in danger, so she uses some sort of magic to help her sister out, which is illegal. So of course back on Gizon she gets into some trouble, so she runs away. And then she starts finding out that there's all this dangerous stuff that's happening in Houston that is somehow tied to some of the leaders over in Gizon. And then in Gizon, she finds out that there's something not right about how the magic there was acquired, and that she alone may be the person to help save not only her hood back in Houston, but also this kingdom of Gizon. Now, as far as with this book, I felt that it resonated with me a lot because it featured a black character. That is not something I normally see inside of a fantasy book, and that reason alone, I felt that it was really, really special. I can relate a lot to it about how she looked, about the community that she grew up in. Miss Leola showed affection through food. The character Rue is from Texas. She was talking about the Houston heat being downright disrespectful. I understand that. She talked about boudin, which not a lot of people know about, but it is delicious. Get you some. Now, there was a lot of undercurrents and also flat out racism expressed in this book, and I felt that it was pretty accurate according to what I have experienced in my life. So you can tell that the author had some firsthand knowledge on that. I did like the sense of family that was expressed in the book, and also knowing where you come from and how important that is. Overall, I enjoyed this book. Another book I read is The Rose Stone. The Rose Stone is actually a NetGalley arc that came out May 18th, so it's already out. I did check on Amazon, and there is definitely not a lot of reviews, but it is an awesome book. It is an adult romance fantasy. Now, it follows Jess, who has this brain tumor that is going to render her incapacitated in about a month. So she goes home, she's an artist, and she paints this man on canvas and this rose. And then she passes out and wakes up in this kingdom, kind of like Renaissance meets modern world. And this guy, this perfect guy, Griffin, he's a guard, and he has this rose on his chest. And she finds out that this kingdom is being threatened by some entity called the Darkling that wants to basically kill everybody and take over all this power. And something called the Rose Stone is what's protecting the kingdom from that happening. Now, her name is Jessica Rose Stone. So, you know, she's falling in love with Griffin and going back and forth between her realm in the real world and this make-believe kingdom. And she's getting this experimental treatment that somehow is connected with the Rose Stone and this kingdom. So just really good book. It talks about magic. It's very imaginative and funny and a lot of sarcasm. Of course, you have that little love story in there too. I felt that it was lighthearted, but still a very heavy read. The main character, Jess, actually said that it wasn't a typical whitewashed fairy tale, which I thought was interesting, but I did note that the two main characters are white, and there was just a little bit of a mention about the diverse, you know, people in the kingdom and how it was like a mixture of cultures for this ideal kingdom, but there wasn't really anything else expressed that talked about that. And one thing that I really liked about the book is that there were many heroes in this book. There was many people trying to sacrifice for one reason or another, and it almost had me in tears. But I really did enjoy this book. I think that it definitely probably needs more hype than what I have seen. And, you know, it's newer out, so we'll see what happens. But it was a really good book. So, but that is all that I have. I'm going to get back to Blood, Metal, and Bone, and next week we'll talk about some more books and products. Bye bye.